Bible tells a fascinating story in Genesis 6 about the sons of God taking wives from the daughters of men, resulting in the birth of giants known as the Nephilim. These beings were said to be mighty men, renowned warriors, and a source of great wickedness on the earth. Their presence ultimately contributed to God's decision to bring about the flood. While the flood wiped out much of humanity, some believe the Nephilim lineage may have survived. One compelling theory points to Ham, one of Noah's sons, and his wife as potential carriers of the Nephilim bloodline. Though not explicitly stated in the Bible, some interpretations suggest that Ham's wife, or possibly Ham himself, had ancestors among the Nephilim. This theory stems from extra-biblical texts like the Book of Yasha, or Sefer HaYasha, the Hebrew title of this book, which means the Book of the Upright, or the Upright or Correct Record. It is also referenced in the Bible in Joshua 10:12 through 13, 2 Samuel 1:18 through 27, and 2 Timothy 3:8. If true, this would mean the genetic remnants of the Nephilim were present on the ark, allowing them to re-emerge in the post-flood world. This possibility raises intriguing questions about the presence of Nephilim after the flood. Were they among the inhabitants of Canaan, the land God promised to Abraham's descendants? Did their presence influence the cultures and religions of the ancient Near East? These questions have captivated scholars and readers of the Bible for centuries. The mystery surrounding the Nephilim continues to fascinate us, blurring the lines between myth and reality. Watch until the end to unveil more mysteries and see how this connects the dots between the past, present, and future. Throughout the Old Testament, a mysterious figure appears known as the Angel of the Lord. This being is described as a messenger of God, appearing to key figures like Abraham, Moses, and Joshua. But there's more to the Angel of the Lord than meets the eye. This entity not only delivers messages, but also commands armies, performs miracles, and speaks with the authority of God himself. In the book of Exodus, the angel of the Lord guides the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt, parting the Red Sea and leading them to safety. In the book of Joshua, the angel of the Lord appears as a military commander, leading the Israelites in battle against the Canaanites. And in the book of Judges, the angel of the Lord appears to Gideon, promising victory against the Midianites. The angel of the Lord is a fascinating and complex figure. Is this being simply a messenger, or is it something more? Many scholars believe the angel of the Lord is a pre-incarnate appearance of Jesus Christ. This theory is supported by the angel's divine attributes, his authority to forgive sins, and his identification with Yahweh, God, in several passages. True angels do not accept worship, yet at the burning bush and at Jericho, the angel of the Lord accepts worship as walking on holy ground. If true, it adds another layer to the narrative of the Nephilim. Could Jesus, in his pre-incarnate form, be the one leading the charge against the remnants of the Nephilim in the Promised Land? Original translations of Jude 1:5 say, Jesus led his people out of Egypt. In the book of Daniel, the angel of the Lord is seen as the fourth man, walking in the flames of the fiery furnace, saving Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The book of Joshua recounts the Israelites' conquest of Canaan, the land God promised to Abraham and his descendants. This conquest was not without its challenges. The Israelites faced fierce opposition from various tribes inhabiting the land, including the Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Canaanites, Hivites, and Jebusites. Interestingly, these tribes are often described as giants or descendants of giants, echoing the earlier accounts of the Nephilim. The Bible tells of specific giants the Israelites encountered: Og, king of Bashan, who had an iron bed over 13 feet long, and Goliath, the Philistine champion slain by the young David. These encounters suggest that the Nephilim, or at least their descendants, were present in Canaan during the time of the conquest. This raises the possibility that the Israelites' battles were not just against human enemies, but against the remnants of a supernatural race. The conquest of Canaan can be seen as a continuation of God's judgment against the wickedness of the Nephilim. By driving out and destroying these tribes, the Israelites were fulfilling God's command to rid the land of evil and establish a righteous nation. The presence of giants and their connection to the Nephilim adds a layer of spiritual warfare to the narrative, framing the conquest as a battle for the very soul of the promised land. Among the evil practices of the Canaanites were Baal worshippers who sacrificed their own babies to gain prosperity. Even though the Israelites were in Canaan first with Abraham, while they were held captive as slaves in Egypt for over 400 years, the inhabitants of the land grew with the sons of Anak, the Nephilim. During these 400 years, God gave warnings and grace for them to repent, but ultimately they continued in evil, which led to the events of history. Even today, whispers of the Nephilim echo through time, surfacing in modern reports and folklore. Tales abound of giant humanoid creatures sighted in remote corners of the world, often described as hairy, reclusive, and possessing superhuman strength. While many dismiss these accounts as folklore or misidentification, some believe they could indicate the continued existence of Nephilim descendants. One area of particular interest is the Solomon Islands, located in the South Pacific. Locals tell stories of giant creatures inhabiting the dense jungles, referring to them as Vunu Masalai, or giants of the forest. Even more intriguing are accounts from helicopter pilots and military personnel claiming to have seen giant beings moving through the jungle canopy. While concrete evidence remains elusive, these modern-day accounts tap into a primal fear and fascination with the unknown. They remind us of the mysteries that still linger beneath the surface of our world, hinting at the possibility that ancient legends may hold a kernel of truth. Could the Nephilim, or their descendants, still walk among us, hidden in the shadows, remnants of a time when giants roamed the earth? The answer, for now, remains shrouded in mystery. Recent UAP encounter whistleblowers report that these beings have been living under the earth all this time and lived here before us. Could this be remnants of the Nephilim, or fallen angels? Despite the possibility of Nephilim existing after the flood, the biblical flood still accomplished its purpose. It destroyed the main threat of the corruption of Nephilim and saved humanity. To see this and evidence of the biblical flood, check out part 1 of How the Biblical Flood Shaped Our World. The book of Genesis tells the story of a catastrophic flood that reshaped the earth. This was to protect humanity from the corruption of the fallen Watcher angels and Nephilim. This flood, sent by God as a judgment on the fall of humanity and the Nephilim, which the Watcher angels birthed to corrupt God's creation, covered the entire globe. The Bible describes a relentless downpour that lasted for 40 days and 40 nights, yet the floodwaters persisted around the world for over a year, which gave time for regrowth. Water also burst forth from the depths of the earth. This cataclysmic event, as described in Genesis, left an undeniable mark on our planet, evident in the geological formations we see today. The Genesis account details the flood's devastating impact. All life on land outside of Noah's Ark perished. The waters surged over the highest mountains, completely submerging the earth. This event, a pivotal moment in biblical history, offers a unique lens through which to view the Earth's geological formations. The flood narrative is not just a story, it's a key to understanding the forces that shaped our world. The Bible's account provides insights into the Earth's history that challenge conventional geological theories. By examining the evidence through the lens of Scripture, we can gain a clearer understanding of our planet's past. The flood, as described in the Bible, was an event of unimaginable power and destruction. It reshaped the Earth's surface, leaving behind a legacy of geological wonders that continue to inspire awe and wonder. The Bible mentions the fountains of the deep breaking open, suggesting a geological event of extraordinary magnitude. This event, which we can understand as runaway subduction, played a crucial role in the flood. Runaway subduction occurs when the Earth's tectonic plates move rapidly, causing massive upheaval. Imagine the Earth's crust shifting violently, with oceanic plates sliding under continental plates at an accelerated rate. This process, driven by immense geological forces, would have generated tsunamis of unprecedented size and scale. These tsunamis, unlike anything we witness today, would have swept across continents, reshaping landscapes and depositing sediment far inland. The friction caused by this rapid subduction would have generated intense heat, melting rock and triggering volcanic eruptions across the globe. These eruptions would have released massive amounts of lava, ash and gases into the atmosphere, further contributing to the cataclysmic conditions of the flood. The Earth's surface would have been a scene of unimaginable chaos and destruction. This runaway subduction, a geological phenomenon with the power to reshape the planet, provides a compelling explanation for the scale and intensity of the biblical flood. The evidence of this event is etched in the Earth's crust, waiting to be deciphered. The flood, as described in Genesis, left an enduring mark on the Earth's surface, evident in the rock layers and fossils found all over the world. These geological formations provide tangible evidence of the flood's power and impact. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence is the existence of marine fossils on mountaintops. These fossils, remnants of creatures that once lived in the ocean, are found thousands of feet above sea level. This phenomenon points to a time when the Earth's waters covered even the highest peaks, just as the Bible describes. The Earth at that time was a flat Pangea supercontinent, and this event is what created the mountains and rock layers and the tectonic plate separation we see today. The flood also explains the existence of vast fossil graveyards where countless creatures were buried rapidly and catastrophically. There are even fossils of dinosaurs giving birth. This exact moment frozen in time could only be caused by this catastrophic event that happened suddenly. These graveyards, found on every continent, contain a jumbled mix of land and marine animals, suggesting a sudden and violent burial. This also explains similar layers all around the world. The sheer number of fossils found in these locations is a testament to the flood's devastating impact. Fossils of dinosaurs and marine life giving birth, fossils of fish-eating fish, all in the blink of an eye as the flood sediments washed over them and runaway subduction pushed them deeper into the earth. Furthermore, the presence of soft tissue and blood vessels in dinosaur bones challenges the conventional timeline of millions of years for fossilization. These findings suggest a much more recent burial, consistent with the biblical time frame of thousands of years, at least since the birth of humanity. As angels, the earth itself and the universe existed long before this event ever occurred. The discovery of these delicate structures preserved within fossilized bone is a remarkable testament to the rapid and catastrophic nature of the flood. The geological record, far from contradicting the biblical account, provides compelling evidence to support it. It is the most plausible explanation, as this process would have vastly accelerated the aging and fossilization, making them seem exponentially older due to the immense sedimentation pressures. The Earth's rock layers, tectonic plate movement, and fossil record and bent rock layers tell a story of a global flood that reshaped our planet. After the floodwaters receded, God made a covenant with Noah, promising never again to destroy the earth with a flood. The sign of this covenant was the rainbow, a beautiful and enduring symbol of God's promise. This promise has profound geological implications. The rainbow serves as a reminder that the geological processes we observe today are not necessarily the same as those that shaped the earth in the past. The flood was a unique event, a catastrophic judgment that will not be repeated. While God continues to work through natural processes, the rainbow reminds us that He is also capable of intervening in extraordinary ways. The flood stands as a testament to God's power and judgment, while the rainbow symbolizes His mercy and faithfulness. The rainbow's appearance in the sky after the flood signifies a change in the Earth's atmosphere. The floodwaters, which had covered the Earth, had receded and the atmosphere was clear enough for sunlight to refract through water droplets, creating the rainbow. This suggests that the Earth's atmosphere and climate underwent significant changes as a result of the flood. The rainbow, a symbol of hope and renewal, also points towards a future when God will create a new heaven and a new earth where there will be no more death, mourning, crying, or pain. The flood, while a time of judgment, also serves as a reminder of God's faithfulness and His promise to redeem His creation.